I grew up in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
How many fights you had behind this shit? How many fights you had behind that flag? I got 100-something. My first 40 fights was Rat Packs. How many fights you had? How many times you had to stand up in this shit when the odds was against you?
What you mean? When this whole racketeering case was going on?
Before the racketeering?
None. Because I wasn't in the blood.
What you mean?
I wasn't a blood. Like, I wasn't a blood.
You waving this flag.
No, but I wasn't a blood before I got to know Shotty.
When did you become getting to know a blood don't make you a blood?
No, all right, so now let me tell you, because obviously
did they put you on?
The story. Yeah, they put me on.
Who put you on?
Shotty put me on.
Shotty put you on.
With your man Wavy. No, Shotty had the lineup with Mel. You should know this. Mel had the lineup, Mel Matrix, and then Wavy and them clash.
You telling me Mel authorized you getting put on 9 Trey?
Yeah, you see Mel in the videos.
No, fuck a video. I'm talking about who put you on that neighborhood. Who told your ass to get out there the middle of that street with 4 or 5 motherfuckers? You got to run it.
The high 020.
Until you can't run no more.
The high 020.
So you got out in that middle street and you got out.
The high 020.
It's a yes or no question.
No, I'm saying yeah.
Did you get out? So who'd you get out with? You know who the niggas
Oh,
were.
no. That's what I'm saying. And it never got to that point.
So that's why you ain't from 9 Trey.
Okay, all right. So
you associating with the 9
I love that. All right, so what?
You got to give it up like that to be down?
No, watch this. Watch this.
Other ways. He's saying he didn't go through that process.
Unless you do some other extreme shit.
Watch this.
Unless you do some other extreme shit.
Watch this.
Which I know you didn't do.
This hood nigga mentality, right? You think that's an argument? That's a good argument? Like, no.
I think those are rules that's older than you. As loud as you want to scream.
Okay.
What we have just established is you was never ever put on and initiated properly to that neighborhood. And your money is not your put on.
Okay, so I was never blood.
You was associated.
Oh man. Okay, so tell the feds that.
It was just real shit. The Fed gonna use what they want to use to twist you.
So
you was associated.
No, but I'm saying, is that illegal though?
The Feds don't dictate or determine our street rules of when you from something. The Feds take it and twist it so they can twist you.
No, but you can't do that. That's illegal. That's illegal.
To say what constitutes you being from a neighborhood?
That's illegal. That's illegal.
We talking streets versus Feds. We in the streets.
Man.
We're in the streets right now.
Oh, okay.
And listen, what I'm trying to tell you is, it's nothing wrong with being a civilian.
I put it like this way.
I think you did a great job.
I bet you I was realer than every one of those 9 Trey members.
Listen,
I bet you that.
Did you just hear what I just said?
Than all of
did you just hear what I just said?
I was more real. Them niggas was fucking each other's girls.
I mean, that's hood shit.
I walk in the crib.
That's
hood
shit.
Somebody else baby mom in the fucking crib, and I'm like,
that's hood shit.
My business. You know what I'm saying? I seen them niggas eat off other niggas and be like, I'll get this nigga bread. The other nigga, I'm like, yo, hit him off. The next week,
hey, bro, let me ask you a question.
I said, yo, Sunday hit you off? Like, what you talking about? I said, oh, nah, forget it. Because I didn't want to get into it.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
I was more willing than them niggas.
Let me ask you a question.
So you
feel like I was feeding all them niggas. Yo, in my song, and I know I'm talking loud, but look, I said feeding the
bullshit. Hey, bullshit. Because sometimes that trigger, right, is what it takes for niggas to be fed. What it takes for niggas to take a block, to take a plug, take a connection.
I have a shot.
You ain't did none of that.
Somebody?
Listen, I don't know. I would hope you wouldn't talk about it.
No, I'm asking. I ever shot somebody?
I mean, I think you.
What would you think?
I think you might have did something.
All right, so let me
pump. Probably some pigeons or something. You ain't know you.
So what?
You ain't got it in.
So what?
He ain't got it in. And look, what I'm telling you is that's okay.
Okay, but this is what I'm trying to say.
That's okay.
No, I feel like you looking at him like you look at your children like yo, y'all just civilians.
No,
that's okay. I think he got gangster thoughts. Don't get me wrong. I think he got gangster thoughts.
Wait. I'm not shooting no bell.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Let him finish.
You want it. Look, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna say. If I ask you, why did you get those statements? Let me tell you what you're gonna say to me. You're gonna say, I heard the motherfuckers on recordings and they wasn't keeping it real and they violated first. Nope. And because they violated, I violated.
Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. So I already got kidnapped July 22nd. I needed something to happen. I was like, I want to see some blood. I needed somebody drop. I know who did it. Let's get to it. Ain't nothing happened. I said, oh shit. You know, months passed. I'm not saying, yo, why son didn't get dropped? Y'all know who did it? And he asking to meet up by himself right now. y'all know who did it? Why nobody? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Boom. Time go by, months go by. I'm like, damn, man, shit just not adding up.
Why the fuck did you
But
get
I'm
the
getting to it.
statements?
I'm getting to it.
he
It's all
building
added
up.
up shit. Right? All right. So you want the simple thing? I was already kidnapped by my own crew. It was no loyalty there, right? Whack, you give me the nigga, right? That a nigga could do you wrong, right? And this street nigga stupid mentality. A nigga could do you wrong and you be like, you know what? That's still my homie. This is how the streets
Let
go.
me tell you what ain't gangster.
That's not gangster.
No, hold on. Let me tell you what ain't gangster. This is why I look in your eyes and tell you, stop trying to portray something you're not. The fact that you knew, and I can call my wife over here right now. 30 years I've been with this woman. She know. The fact that you knew the exact motherfucker who kidnapped you and robbed you, and you waiting on another motherfucker to handle it, and you didn't go handle it yourself. You know why you didn't handle it yourself? Because you didn't come up with them grassroots of knowing how to handle it and handling that type of shit. See, at this age right here, I done did it all from the top to the bottom, from the elementary shit to the serious shit. So I can convert right now at this second back to a foot soldier because that's where I come from, right? And I spent many years down there, right? So what I'm telling you is the fact that you knew exactly who the fuck did what they did to you and you didn't go handle it is the reason why I tell you you're a civilian.
And
you
I love
was
that.
associating
now
with
stay
some
right. No,
gangsters.
and that's the realest shit you ever said this interview. Watch this.
What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Big Just LaFleur, 1/3 of that Facts and Cap podcast, and we back, baby. And today we're gonna talk about y'all seen the clip. We're gonna talk about 6ix9ine. Shout out to Academics. He just decided to get into the podcast game, and Off the Record podcast, man, it's already coming out with a big bang. I know he said it officially starts in September. This is the pilot episode, and what better way to start it off with 6ix9ine than Wack 100? Wack 100 reached out and said that he wanted to have a sit down face to face with 6ix9ine, and they did it. So I'm here to critique, that the one of the clips that he first put out to promote the pilot, because I thought it was an interesting back and forth, and it was really telling to me about 6ix9ine. Because I was worried at first, and I spoke about this on the Facts and Cap podcast. Go subscribe. I was scared that Wack might not ask the right questions, but lo and behold, when I watched the pilot, he did, at least in my opinion. And so they started off. He asked him, basically, Wack asked him, were you a blood? Were you a legit blood? Because the whole conversation is basically 6ix9ine trying to prove that he's a real gangster. He was a real blood. While Wack 100 is saying you were never a blood, you were just a civilian, and the Bloods just kept you close to them. And to me, I feel like Wack 100 exposed the truth on him. You know what I mean? Like, he basically, when he asked him, who put you down? Who put you down? He's basically trying to say, these people put me down, but he's going like, proper protocol. What happened? Like, how did you get down? Like, who jumped you in? Who put you down? Like, and he's hesitant with his questions. He also says it never got to that point. That's his answer. It never got to the point where I was jumped into the game. I mean, basically, he's saying like he never put in any work to be into the gang. So for me, I'm not no gang member. I'm not a street nigga. Now I do know what goes on in the streets. I have enough smarts. I know what's going on. I personally think that they convinced 6ix9ine that he was a blood. They told him he was a blood. And I think in 6ix9ine heart of hearts, he really believed that he was a blood. But I think the thing is, it's certain ways when you get down with the set, which gives you, is where your respect lies. So basically, 6ix9ine never put in no dirty work. He never did anything. He just provided money. So the respect only goes so far when you're part of the organization. By that way, you're the cash cow. You're really just a little nigga, like you're the clown. Like they made you feel big. And that's really what the issue lies with 6ix9ine. And it just, to me, it just sounds like he doesn't, like he thinks that he's a gangster because he kept on saying it, like he felt like he was a gangster because he was giving them money and providing stuff for the gang. And that's cool and all, but that's not the end all be all of being gangster. It's actually not gangster at all. Like, we're really borderline just freely getting extorted. Because what happened when you stopped feeding them? Niggas started stealing from you. Niggas started fucking your girl. You got kidnapped. So my thing is, were you really the boss that you say you were? Were you really that shot caller? No. You were just a pawn, man. You stand in front line. You're standing front line. And you're essentially when the dope boy who got it's a dope boy who got a lot of money. And he don't know how to, he don't know what to do with his money. He can't really get shit in his name because it'll question with the feds. So what do? They get their bitch to push, get this house in your name. Oh, put this in your bank account. Do this. That's what you are. You're their bitch. And he doesn't realize that. He thinks that he's the shot caller. Man, you can't be the shot caller. You ain't never put in no work. What makes you think that you go from foot soldier to... You was never even a foot soldier. You went from like just a nigga off the streets to being the manager, to being the CEO. It don't work like that, buddy. You don't see people in even in the good old, in the job world, you don't go from just being nothing to a CEO. You not that guy. So that's what he has to realize, and that's what Wack 100 was trying to say to him. And to me, I just really think 6ix9ine really probably has some kind of mental issues for real, because why do you want to be gangster so bad? That's Wack 100 trying to tell him, like, nigga, I think you're a civilian. I think that you should just be who you are. That's fine. He's literally jumping up, screaming up and down, saying, I do gangster shit every day, and then just proceeds to say, I pay for people's shit. No, you're being responsible. You pay your bills. You pay other people's bills. So what? But that doesn't make you gangster, bro. There's people who do that all around the world. And then he asked them, why did you make a statement? And he basically says it's because he was kidnapped. Long story short, he gave this long roundabout story, and Wack 100's like, man, just tell me the exact reason. He's basically saying because he was kidnapped, it was no loyalty. He's saying, okay, well, 6ix9ine goes, and after that happened, I was trying to order niggas to go do something, to go, I'm paying niggas, and I'm telling niggas, look, I need niggas to go do this and do that to them. And he's saying it never happened. And Wack is trying to tell him, he's trying to explain to him, well, once you made that call and nothing happened, you supposed to put in work. You supposed to go get it back in blood. You turned around. You basically saying because niggas didn't do shit for you, you went and go snitch. Which literally shows where your loyalty lies. Your loyalty lies with whoever can do something for you, 6ix9ine. And that's why you're not a real nigga. That's why you're not a real gangster. Because you're not true to nothing. You're not true to, you started off with the Crips. You weren't true to them. You started off, you went to the Bloods. You weren't true to them. When they did something to you, you ran to the cops. Now the cops is your squad. So it's just like, you gotta go do something. If you felt violated and you was really true to the code and you was really a blood, and that's the problem. You want to do things your way. You want to be a gangster your way, which to an extent makes sense, but there's protocols and certain things that you have to do. Like you can't just go off the whim like you just came and recreated the gang rules, the blood rules, the Crip rules. These rules is older than you, like Wack said. These rules is older than you, but you trying to come in and remix. That's not your job. That's not your place. It is what it is. If you stand on this side of the line, you're a gangster. If you stand on this side, you're not a real dude. You're a snitch. And just my last thing, I just think that it was crazy. Like he keeps saying, like, talking about his mentality. Like he's saying like the gang mentality is stupid. It's this, is that. But then he turns around and tries to portray a gangster. See, this man doesn't know who he wants to be. And do you want to be a gangster or do you not want to be a gangster? Are you an ex-gangster? Like, what are you? He's not a gangster, and that's the problem. You're not a gangster, 6ix9ine. I think that 6ix9ine needs to realize he has a real identity crisis going on. He's trying to be everything but Danny. Be Danny. Or maybe he doesn't know who Danny is. I don't know. I think bro should really try. Like, and I'm not here to just be like everybody else. Like, oh, you a bitch, you this, that, and the third. I'm really just need him to realize. I hope he looks back at this interview and just realizes, like, I really am not. I'm really lost. He needs help. I think he needs to go talk to a therapist or something and really learn about himself. Realize, who do I want to be? Who am I? Who is Danny Hernandez? I think that Danny is a funny guy. I think he should have stuck to just doing skits, doing extreme shit, but it don't have to be gangster shit. That's Danny. But, you know, that's neither here or there. And stop telling everybody that you don't have security and that you walk around with $1 million in cash. That's not the smartest thing to do. Also, before I wrap it up, it's not on the clip, but, I mean, he needs to get that jealousy of Lil Durk out of his heart as well. Like, it's kind of borderline obsessive at this point. But maybe we'll touch on that later. Actually, we will. We're going to touch on that on the Facts and Cap podcast. We dropping today. We dropping today. We dropping today. Shout out to everybody. Go subscribe. Hit the like button. All that. Share with a friend. Go subscribe to the Facts and Cap podcast. I'm going to put the link down below. And we out, baby. Blah!
Subscribe for Daddy channel.